The year 476 AD marks a turning point in history, the final collapse of the Western Roman Empire. Its grand cities lay in ruins, its legions disbanded, its emperors overthrown. Europe plunged into what many would call the Dark Ages. Yet, on the eastern fringes of what was once Rome's vast dominion, a different story unfolded. A story of resilience, of unwavering identity, and of a civilization that refused to die. While the West crumbled, the Eastern Roman Empire, which we now call Byzantium, did not merely survive, it thrived for another 1,000 years. This is the remarkable tale of how a civilization, constantly besieged and repeatedly tested, endured. At the very heart of this enduring empire lay a city that was more than just a capital. It was a fortress, a marketplace, and a beacon of culture: Constantinople. Founded by Emperor Constantine in 330 AD, it was deliberately built as a new Rome, a fresh start. Its strategic location, perched on a peninsula controlling the vital Bosphorus Strait, was unparalleled. To its north lay the Black Sea, to its south the Sea of Marmara, leaving only its western flank exposed to land attack. This natural defense was augmented by layers of formidable fortifications, the legendary Theodosian Walls. These massive, triple-layered defenses, featuring deep moats, outer walls, and towering inner walls bristling with over 100 watchtowers, rendered Constantinople virtually impregnable for centuries. Time and again, invaders, from Goths to Avars, Arabs to Rus, crashed against these walls, only to be repelled. The city became a symbol of defiance, a physical manifestation of the empire's will to survive. But Constantinople was not merely a military stronghold, it was the bustling economic engine of the empire. Its position at the crossroads of East and West made it the ultimate hub for trade. Goods flowed in from the Silk Road, spices from India, furs from Russia, timber from the Balkans, and silks from China. Its harbors teemed with ships, its markets overflowed with exotic wares, and its mint produced the solidus, a gold coin renowned for its purity and stability, accepted as universal currency across the known world. This immense wealth fueled the empire's defenses, funded its lavish court, and supported its vast administration. Daily life in Constantinople was vibrant and cosmopolitan, a stark contrast to the fragmented, agrarian societies emerging in the West. Citizens moved through bustling forums, admired monumental architecture, and enjoyed public spectacles, all within the protective embrace of the Queen of Cities. The empire's survival was fundamentally rooted in its highly centralized and sophisticated state apparatus, a direct inheritance from the Roman past, but refined and adapted. Unlike the fractured kingdoms of the West, Byzantium maintained a powerful, singular authority in its emperor. These emperors ruled with what was considered divine authority, serving as God's representative on earth. This sacred legitimacy provided an unbreakable foundation for their power, fostering loyalty and stability across a vast and diverse populace. The emperor was not just a political leader but also the head of the church, a unique blend of temporal and spiritual power that further solidified his rule. Beneath the emperor was an intricate and efficient bureaucracy, a complex web of civil servants, legal experts, and administrators who managed every aspect of imperial life. Taxes were collected systematically, laws were enforced uniformly, and resources were allocated effectively. This highly organized system allowed the empire to mobilize its vast resources, maintain order, and respond to crises with a speed and efficiency unmatched by its rivals. The Byzantines proudly called themselves Romans, and their empire was the direct continuation of Rome. This shared identity, coupled with a robust legal system epitomized by Justinian's code, provided a powerful sense of unity and purpose, binding together diverse peoples under a common banner. Crucial to this enduring state was its formidable military. Byzantium maintained a professional army and navy, forces that were well-trained, disciplined, and often technologically superior to their adversaries. Unlike the feudal levies of the West, Byzantine soldiers were career professionals, drilled in tactics and equipped with the best available arms. The navy, particularly important for defending its sea lanes and projecting power, was equipped with devastating weapons like Greek fire, a mysterious incendiary liquid that could burn on water, striking terror into the hearts of enemy fleets. This military might allowed the empire to defend its vast borders against a relentless barrage of invaders. Beyond conventional military strength, the Byzantines demonstrated remarkable adaptability in their defense strategy. Facing constant threats and the need to defend expansive frontiers with limited manpower, they developed innovative administrative and military systems, most notably the themes. This system, which emerged around the 7th century, divided the empire into large military districts, each administered by a strategos, a combined military and civil governor. Crucially, soldiers were granted land within their theme in exchange for hereditary military service. This transformed a professional army into a self-sufficient, locally rooted defense force. It allowed for rapid mobilization of troops, incentivized local defense, and provided a steady supply of peasant soldiers who had a personal stake in protecting their land. The themes were a brilliant solution, decentralizing defense while maintaining centralized control, ensuring that the empire could always raise an army, even when its core territories were under immense pressure. The economic strength of Byzantium was a cornerstone of its survival. Its control over vital east-west trade routes, particularly those connecting Europe to Asia, ensured a constant flow of wealth into the imperial coffers. The empire levied customs duties on all goods passing through its territories, generating immense revenue that funded its military, its administration, and its cultural endeavors. The stability of its currency, the gold solidus, for centuries became a global standard, facilitating trade and projecting an image of unwavering imperial power. This economic robustness allowed the Byzantines to weather countless storms, to buy off enemies when necessary, and to rebuild after devastating wars. Thriving markets, not just in Constantinople but in cities across the empire, supported the daily lives of its citizens, ensuring access to goods and contributing to a dynamic, sophisticated economy. Beyond its military and economic might, Byzantium was a profound guardian of classical knowledge. While Western Europe entered what is often termed the Dark Ages, losing much of its classical heritage, Byzantium diligently preserved and advanced it. Monasteries and imperial scriptoria painstakingly copied ancient Greek and Roman texts, safeguarding invaluable works of philosophy, history, science, and literature. The Justinian Code, a comprehensive codification of Roman law, became the bedrock of European legal systems for centuries. Greek philosophy, particularly that of Plato and Aristotle, was studied and debated, laying the groundwork for later intellectual revivals. Byzantium acted as a lifeboat for classical civilization, ensuring that the intellectual achievements of antiquity were not lost but passed down through generations. This intellectual flourishing was matched by a vibrant cultural life. Artistic patronage, often by the emperors themselves, led to monumental achievements like the Hagia Sophia, a masterpiece of architecture and engineering, its soaring dome a testament to Byzantine ingenuity. Intricate mosaics, illuminated manuscripts, and rich liturgical music all contributed to a unique and sophisticated culture that blended Roman tradition, Greek intellect, and Christian faith. Yet, this remarkable civilization did not survive in peace. Its millennium of existence was a testament to its resilience in the face of relentless pressure. From its earliest days, Byzantium was a besieged empire, constantly fending off invasions from all sides. Goths, Vandals, and Huns in the early centuries gave way to the powerful Sassanid Persian Empire, an existential rival for centuries. Then came the explosion of Islam in the 7th century, with Arab armies sweeping across its southern and eastern provinces, conquering Egypt, Syria, and North Africa, territories that represented a significant portion of the empire's wealth and manpower. Later, the Bulgars pressed from the north, and the Normans from the west. Each century brought new threats, new wars, new sieges. One of the most devastating turning points came in 1071 with the Battle of Manzikert. Here, the Byzantine army suffered a catastrophic defeat at the hands of the Seljuk Turks, leading to the loss of Anatolia, the empire's agricultural heartland and primary source of soldiers. This single battle profoundly weakened the empire, depleting its manpower and resources, and leaving it vulnerable to further incursions. It was a wound from which Byzantium never fully recovered, pushing the empire to the brink repeatedly. Daily life for ordinary Romans often involved living under the shadow of constant threat, yet also benefiting from a robust legal system, thriving markets, and artistic patronage that allowed for monumental achievements even amidst the turmoil. But the ultimate betrayal, the true harbinger of the empire's final decline, came not from an external enemy, but from within the Christian world itself. In 1204, the Fourth Crusade, ostensibly aimed at liberating Jerusalem, was diverted to Constantinople. Fueled by Venetian ambition and internal Byzantine political squabbles, the Crusaders, fellow Christians from Western Europe, sacked the city. The unimaginable happened. The Queen of Cities, the heart of Orthodox Christianity, was subjected to a brutal three-day plunder. Churches were desecrated, relics stolen, and priceless works of art destroyed or carried away. The empire was shattered, its territories carved up by the invaders, and its capital ruled by Latin emperors for over half a century. Though the Byzantines eventually reclaimed Constantinople in 1261, the damage was irreversible. The empire was a mere shadow of its former self, fragmented, impoverished, and permanently weakened. This act of internal treachery, rather than external conquest, marked the true end of its golden age of survival and set it on an inexorable path to its ultimate fall in 1453. The story of Byzantium is a testament to the power of resilience. Its thousand-year survival was an intricate interplay of its strategic capital, its strong centralized governance, its formidable and adaptable military, its robust economic strength, and its unwavering commitment to preserving and advancing classical knowledge. It was an empire forged in a crucible of constant warfare and cultural exchange, blending Roman law, Greek culture, and Christian faith into a unique, adaptive society. In an era when Western Europe was fragmented and decentralized, Byzantium stood as a shining example of sophisticated statecraft and cultural continuity. It preserved the intellectual heritage of antiquity, laying foundations for the Renaissance, and its legal and administrative systems influenced future empires. Its legacy is not just one of survival against overwhelming odds, but of a unique civilization that bridged ancient and modern, East and West, leaving an indelible mark on the course of human history. The last Romans may have eventually fallen, but their enduring spirit, their unbreakable city, and their unparalleled contributions resonate even today.
Hi, I'm Yurii, the creator of this channel. If you enjoyed watching video, please like and subscribe. It really motivates me to create more content for you. See you in the next one.